Hello, Joe Bill here to discuss the difference between a related person and a related party. Regulation SK defines a related person, while Regulation SX, referencing FASB's ASC glossary, defines related party. For our purposes, we'll focus on immediate family. Understanding the difference between the two terms as it pertains to immediate family should be helpful in understanding the difference for other purposes as well. The definition of immediate family in Regulation SK is broad and prescriptive. The ASC glossary adds to that definition an element of control or significant influence, which significantly tightens the scope of who is considered a related party compared to who's considered a related person. But keep in mind that the $120,000 a year threshold for related person transaction disclosure does not apply to related party. There is no materiality threshold with respect to related parties. We will look past the object of this discussion and focus on the audience for each term. In particular, we'll think about what each audience really cares about. Your proxy readers care about compensation. Your independent auditors, on the other hand, they care about internal control over financial reporting. And to explore this further, we'll focus on one particular control, segregation of duties, a bedrock of any control environment. Segregation of duties requires collusion, and it makes fraud less likely to occur, more detectable, and easier to prosecute. To understand the threat that a related party poses to segregation of duties, let's consider an example where, say, the CEO of a company has a son or a daughter who either works at the company or works as an executive officer of one of the company's customers or suppliers, which would make that customer or supplier a related party. In each of these examples, let's also imagine that everybody at the company knows you simply do not cross the CEO's son or daughter. Well, politically astute people naturally align themselves along the path of least resistance. And the influence that this related party presents could potentially defeat segregation of duties without collusion. And this, I think, is what the independent auditors really care about. I don't think they care so much about the one-off sweetheart contract. On the other hand, your shareholders, they just want the information so they can make up their own mind for themselves whether to attribute the related person transactions to the corresponding member of management as indirect compensation when they vote on director nominees and other proposals related to compensation. This is the framework I use to keep these two terms separate in my mind, and it's my current thinking on the subject. If you think differently, or if you think there's more to it, I would love to hear from you. And if there are other topics you would like me to attempt to address, I would also love to hear from you. In any event, thank you for your time. I appreciate you watching the video, and I hope it has been helpful.